Morning. We are making an Indian slaw, and I'm excited about this because this seems like something that I can do. Raghvan Iyer is here, your 5th cookbook. Oh my goodness, you've been doing a book tour.
40 city book tours.
Wonderful.
And
40 cities?
40 cities, but I'm still alive and doing well.
We're glad because we really wanted you on the show. Now, I went out and I bought all these Indian spices because, you know, I had good intentions. And they sat there and I thought, well, now they've been sitting there for a while. I may as well get rid of them. But the problem is I think, oh, is it going to be too hard? But I can make an Indian slaw.
You can, but you know, the beauty about Indian Cooking Unfolded is it's written exactly for you because it's 30 years in the making.
Yes.
And it's a book that demystifies and it really makes Indian food very simple. It's about going to your main grocery store, looking at the top 5 spices that you find in any average mainstream grocery store that we use in India as well. But the way we use it and how we use it is what makes it very interesting.
Yes.
And accessible. And because to me, it's all about access. As a cooking teacher of 22 years, I've always said the best thing I can do is to teach you how to cook Indian in your home kitchen.
Please teach me.
And so when you look at, you know, some of the top 5 spices, you've got coriander, you've got cumin seeds, you've got cardamom, you've got cayenne, you've got turmeric. Turmeric is your wonder spice that is now being touted as fighting certain forms of cancer.
And that's why I wanted to start using it.
It's very, very healthy. And we don't use a lot of it. We use a little at a time in each of our dishes. And so here we're putting together, you think about warm weather, you know, we're looking at doing a wonderful slaw, which is from the northwestern part of India. But it's not cream-based, and it's actually lime juice-based. And so it's much more refreshing, and it's room temperature, and it's perfect. So here I've got cabbage. You could shred your own, or you could buy from the grocery store. You could buy something that's already been pre-done.
Yeah, it makes it easy because you can just buy it from the grocery store in the bags now.
Absolutely. And so, you know, you got all these beautiful ingredients. I'm going to put you to work if you don't mind.
Thank you. I want to be put to work.
And so here you've got some fresh cilantro that's been fine. You just throw that right in here. And so here you're adding ingredients that's going to promote those wonderful flavors. You've got roasted peanuts that have been ground up. I've got some coconut, which we're adding, that's dry, unsweetened coconut.
Love coconut.
We've got some salt, of course, to me is one of the most interesting ingredients to bring out the flavors of everything. Fresh squeezed lime juice. And so that's what's going to give you that citrusy element. But this is where the role of spices come into play. I've got, of course, some chilies to give you a little bit of heat. And so the more the merrier if you like it.
I do like it hot.
And so here, you know, now we're going to create the flavor base for this in a way. And I use canola oil because it's an oil that has no flavors to it. It's got a high smoke point. And it really brings out the flavors of the spices alive.
We want the flavor to be this,
We're going to be right in the bowl. So I've got some canola oil that I'm going to add to a pan. And you want about a medium-high heat source. And you can see the oil gets really hot. We're going to use mustard seeds. They look very similar to canola seeds, by the way.
All of those mustard seeds?
Not all of it, just about a teaspoon of it for this. And so we're going to pop this just like you would pop popcorn because we want a sweet, nutty flavor from these mustard seeds. And so we're going to add a little bit of that.
It sounds like popcorn.
And it rises to a crescendo, as it's doing right now. And once it finishes popping, you have gotten the first flavor of mustard seeds because you give whole spices to a good Indian cook. He or she should be able to extract 8 flavors from a given spice. And so I'm hearing for it, it's done. And you can smell the aroma. It's got that popcorn flavor that you talk about. And so here we're going to this oil, because it's nice and hot, I'm going to add a little bit of turmeric.
There we go.
And just enough to give it a little color. And this is what we're going to pour right into this hot oil.
Right in here.
And you know, Indians don't like to waste anything, so we're going to do right this. We're going to wash the pan with all those spices, and it goes right in there. And you've got
I thought we put it in the pan, but we don't.
We don't. We just toss it all. That's your sort of your loose dressing. And to me, this is a slaw with attitude because it's got some assertive flavors. But if you think about it, it's not about 50 ingredients. It's about maybe 1 or 2 spices that we can use. You give whole spices to a good Indian cook. I said 8 flavors out of a spice. 30-second rundown. As is, 1 flavor, ground raw. 2nd flavor, dry toasted. As is, 3rd flavor. 4th flavor after it's ground up. Sauteed in oil. 5th flavor, ground. It's 6th flavor. Soaked in a liquid, 7th flavor. Ground after it's been soaked, 8th flavor.
Wow.
And these are very distinct flavors. And you take that concept and multiply that by the amount of spices we use, you've peeked into the world of Indian cooking. 6,000-year-old cuisine that has such a rich depth and history. And so here you've got a finished product that really sings. And so great at room temperature, great to take for parties. And
impress your friends?
Impress your friends.
Can I try this now?
I'm just
going to take it right from the bowl.
Absolutely.
I won't re-dip my fork inside again. No, I'll share. Perfect. Delicious.
Thank you.
All in Indian Cooking Unfolded. That is the name of the book. And if you are interested in that book, you can go to breakfasttelevision.ca and we'll have a link for that book. Thank you so much.
Thanks so much, Jen, for having me here. So, my pleasure.
We're taking a break. We'll see you with more BT after this. Delicious.
Thank you.